Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's session of Ask Zak. And this week, we're still busy with the poultry, and tonight we're going to speak about layers and how to keep your layers producing at their peak or at their maximum. Now, there are a few checks that you need to have in place to measure yourself. Remember, if you never measure yourself, you never know, and you can't prepare and you can't be ready for your animals and any challenges that you might experience on your farm. So first and foremost, and that's actually the biggest thing for me, is the animal's weights. If the animal is underweight, it is not going to produce eggs. We must remember that. The animal is going to take care of its own needs before it looks at production. So what we advise layer farmers to do, if you're in the early stages, if you've got your point of lay hens, you want to weigh them every second week to see what their weights are. And when they're fully grown, here from week 35, you can weigh them once a month. And we always weigh 10% of the chickens and not the 10, or if you've got 100, not the 10 closest chickens. You want to make it as random as possible. Now, if you look at our layer booklet, we've got the guides there for the target weights. Now, the booklet also mentions time, weeks, the age of the animal. That is a good way to work, but your most accurate way is with the animal's weights. That's going to tell you the most about their condition. And remember, when you get animals that's overweight, you're going to run into challenges as well. When that chicken is overweight, the fat deposits in the intestines or in their body is going to make it harder for the chicken to pass that egg through the system and produce eggs, and you're going to run into possible prolapses. And when you've got prolapses in your chickens, you're going to have to start culling. So you have to be precise on that line of correct weight for those animals to produce at their peak. The next thing that needs to be in place is, of course, your light management. We need to fool our animals in thinking it is summer. We're in winter now. We don't have as much usable light available to us. So we put on our normal lights to let the animals think it is still summer months. Remember, when they go under 16 hours of light, their body goes into rest and their production starts to fall. And that's not a good place for you to be as a farmer, because you're reliant on that income from those eggs. So we have to make sure those animals get at least between 16 and 17 hours of light. Because if it goes shorter, the animal's body goes into rest, and then you're not going to get high egg production. And of course, when you're a layer farmer, you need a constant supply of eggs to cover your costs, because that your feed cost is one of your biggest components when it comes to your layers. The next few things is basic routines. If you look at feeding your layers, make sure it's every day at the same time. A chicken doesn't like change. So please keep to a steady routine. Make sure you monitor your animals. And of course, very important in these times that we're having now with the avian influenza, biosecurity. Make sure no unnecessary people go inside your poultry houses. That's also going to disrupt the normal routine and influence your production, and of course carry diseases, possible diseases, into your poultry house. So be very careful. And with these basic guidelines, you can make sure your animals produce at their highest. For more information, pop into your nearest Alzu one-stop shop, get your layer booklet, get the contact number of your nearest technical advisor. We're here to help you and assist you with all the information you need. So from my side, have a good evening. Goodbye.